Hello, it's Nikki. Today it's very apt that I'm wearing a yellow jumper because I am talking all things yellow. This is my daughter's tutu, which I bought for her on her first birthday, and she's still wearing it. Like, she's 2 1/4 now, and it's on her 3 or 4 times a week at least, and she absolutely loves it. And I have to say, throughout lockdown and all the things, I guess, as a parent that you go through of like, oh, I had a lockdown baby. I didn't quite have a lockdown baby, but she's about 5 months, and there's still things that she hasn't done. Like, we haven't been to Matt's parents. She hasn't seen her cousins since she was really tiny, so she doesn't have those relationships yet. And so I'm really excited about doing that in the very near future. But today I want to talk about yellow. Now, yellow is Luna's favourite colour, and it's one that she can say, and she will say it with gusto, let's just say, and she will spot it everywhere. Yellow car, yellow van, yellow door, yellow flower, and she will spot it in such a way, and I guess this is why I want to talk about it, that it feels like she is connected to this colour in some way, and her seeing it is like another, I don't know what it is. Like, I was saying to a friend the other day, like, what is Luna manifesting by seeing this color yellow? Because she can see yellow when nobody else can. And, you know, I'll be quite often out with her and my son will say, like, oh, I didn't even see that. Wow, that van went by really quickly. Funny that she saw it. And I was thinking about this sign and this reassurance that what you want is on its way to you. And with all things, sometimes things take time. Sometimes things take adjustment for you to really welcome that thing in. Now, I know there is the sort of the lottery winner, random thing where somebody was just bought a lottery ticket and then the next day that they're a millionaire. But very few decisions like that are kind of like that in life. They take time and planning and thought and owning and hoping and wishing and failing and experimenting and all of those sorts of things. And I have really been interested in using symbols to show that something's on its way. And this is not my concept. This is something that came from The Universe Has Your Back book by Gabrielle Bernstein, or Gabby Bernstein. I don't know how she's shortening her name these days. But she always talks about a symbol and choosing a symbol that gives you that reassurance, that feel-good vibe that something is on its way. And when I started thinking about and hoping to have a second child, I started to look for rabbits. And that was something that I just picked. I picked it randomly. Now, when Gabby talks about this in the book, she talks about her sign being an owl. And it was a really interesting time. The end of 2018 was when I found out that I was pregnant. And when I started to track those dates back, I found lots of interesting things. So first and foremost, and I hope this isn't TMI, but we're pals here, so here we are. Luna was conceived on a Monday, and on the Tuesday morning, and Matt had gone back on tour or somewhere, but he wasn't at home on the Tuesday morning. I phoned him really early and I said, whoa, I had the weirdest night's sleep. Like, I felt like I was levitating. It felt like I wasn't in my body. I felt like I was not grounded in the bed. Like, it was really weird. And he just sort of, you know, as always, he'd be like, are you all right? What, can I do anything? See how you feel today? Like, take it easy. But at no point would I think then, like, oh, I'm now pregnant. But it turns out that I was. And we also sadly found out that Matt's grandma had died that morning, that Tuesday, in the middle of the night. I think it was about 3 o'clock. And that has been such a weird generational shift of losing somebody and gaining somebody. And even though she's not my side of the family, so we don't share blood, but there's something really, it really was bizarre. Anyway, I didn't know this until afterwards. And we went up to the funeral a couple of weeks later, and I still didn't know that I was pregnant at this time. And we got to Bolton, which is where Matt's family are from. And as you go into Bolton, there at the time, you go in this like big kind of dual carriageway. There was a big insurance sign like splattered across the road, and it had a big owl on. And again, that gave me a little smile of, wow, okay, well, an owl is not mine, but thank you. Like, I've seen it, and I don't know, there was some weird acknowledgement. And we went to the funeral, and when we headed back to Manchester, Matt's dad took us, and we really had like one of those rushed moments, you know, when you're looking at your watch, and then you're looking at the car radio, and you're looking at how many traffic lights have we got to get through. And we knew it was going to be tight for time, and we had Oscar with us as well. So it's, you know, there's one thing like being able to park safely and also get luggage out, and also get a buggy, and also get a small child out, and do it all safely. Anyway, I just kept saying, it's going to be fine. We're going to do it. It's okay. We're going to get on the train. It's going to be absolutely fine. And we parked and got on the train in about 3 minutes. And Oscar, for a long time, I don't know if he remembers it now, but we used to have this running joke of like, what does mummy do when we go through a train station? And he was like, come on. I was like, yeah, that was me. Anyway, we got on the train and we sat there, and we were in a 4-seat, and there was another 4-seat to our left. And as soon as we got there, Oscar went, Mummy, look, it's all okay. And there was a phone, and I looked, and there was a group of 4 girls, and one of them had a phone with 2 bunny ears, like sticking up. And again, I just sort of smiled to myself, like, oh, okay, there's a bunny. Oh, interesting. And funny that he saw it as well. And we travelled back to London, and when we got home, I went in the living room, and we've got a table in there. And as I was turning on the lights, because it was sort of December and dark and gloomy, I noticed something under the table, and I suddenly thought, I don't know what this is, and I don't really want to deal with it. And is it like a mouse or what? I mean, you know, I obviously don't have loads of mice in my house, but I suddenly got that fear of like, what is this thing? So I asked Matt to look at it, and he went under the table and he pulled out an ornament. And this ornament I'd never seen before. And because I don't know if you're like this in your family, but I'm definitely like the project manager. Like, I tend to know all the big picture stuff, where things are, and I make a lot of stuff happen because I'm here most of the time. And Matt pulled it out and he put it on his hand, and I said, oh my goodness. And he just looked at me and he was like, what? And he was like, is this yours? And I was like, no, is this yours? And underneath the table, he had pulled out an ornament, which was a rabbit. And I don't know how it got there. I'd never seen it before. And it still absolutely freaks me out till this day. But sure enough, there was a rabbit. And I held it in my hand, and I was just smiling. And Matt said, what are you smiling for? What's going on? I said, I'll tell you tomorrow. And I knew the next day that I was going to do a pregnancy test because of my dates. And I knew then there was something really peculiar about that timing and all of it. And so today I would love you to think about, and the baby was Luna. Today I would love for you to think about, what is it that you want to look for, or what's next for you in this next chapter? And give yourself, like Gabby says in that book, give yourself that symbol, knowing that it's on its way, or that reassurance that there are lots of different ways that this can happen. And certainly my girl in a yellow, the variety of yellow things that she sees, yeah, it'd be interesting to know what all that means. And it's a really fun exercise. And I have now passed that rabbit on to somebody else. And I hope that that brings them whatever they want. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there because I'm going to get emotional. Okay, thanks so much for listening. If you want to find out more about the magical world of practical goal setting, come and play. There is an online course which you can get involved with, and also you can do a one-on-one session with me as well, which you can add on. I love talking about this stuff. It really, yeah, it really brings a lot of joy to my heart. So if there are things that you want to bring in, that you want to create, come and have a chat with me. I would love to help you. And sending lots and lots of love. Bye.